happening, people? And welcome to the Triggered Thoughts podcast. I'm your host, Verbz, and my other host goes by the name of...
Creative Thoughts.
My God!
Yes, Creative. Well, go on, the first lady in that. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm alright. You get me? With his hair, you know what I mean? Obviously, Mr. Genius ain't in the building today for his own personal reasons, but hopefully, listeners, we'll have him back in the camp again for the next episode, because the next episode, I'm looking to start season 2,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Season
man.
2?
Yeah, man, because we're like on the 26th episode now.
My God!
Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah, man, this
I'm
one...
going to have to actually binge watch you lot show and just see the ones that I were in and make my commentary.
Yeah, man, this one's going to be the 27th.
My God!
You get me? So, yeah. I want to start season 2, so, How have you been,
exactly. Boy, I'm good. The same old stuff. Crazy people, children, life, just stress.
Paranoid.
Yeah, the whole shebang.
You don't look stressed, though.
Only because I've just whacked on some lashes. And tried to come on here and look like somebody.
Yeah. Okay. So how you feeling being the first lady of the Triggered Thoughts podcast?
My God!
Good, actually. I feel great that you guys actually invited me on, I feel so raw. I had a feeling you might, though. I was like, I think they're going to like me too much. They're going to want me. But, yeah, I feel good. It actually feels nice because it's usually just me.
Yeah.
So it being me, you and Genius, that's good. That's good because at least it feels more real, like it. Yeah,
100%. You're interacting with people, innit? So it's a bit more comfortable and stuff as well, rather than just trying to flow by yourself.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's so true.
Solo podcasting is quite hard, or blogging by yourself and that. It's quite difficult, So the fact that you've been doing it, man, that's credit to you still.
Yeah, no, it's I guess, no, I've got to give it to myself. Yeah, I do, I've been doing it. I think as well, because I'm naturally like to talk. I feel like if you've got a passion for something and you do it naturally, it's a part of your purpose. So it's easy for me to do on when I'm talking to my video and then I put it out. But this is a little bit different because I'm quite shy. So it's pushing me out of my comfort zone now and teaching me to be a little bit more open and stuff like that and open with others. So it's good. It's stretching me. It's growing me. So I do like it this way. This is good.
You don't act like you're a stranger to podcasts, though.
No, I'm not a stranger to podcasts, but it's different. I do like it, but I've enjoyed it.
You've been on a couple, man. I've seen you on a couple already.
Oh, Made to Master, yeah, I did Made to Master. So they was basically doing their thing, and they invited me on, and I went on it, and it was actually nice.
Yeah,
it was actually quite nice. I liked it. G made me feel quite comfortable. Then I met his other co-host, and we did one together, which was quite good as well. So yeah, how can I forget? Before them, I did. What's his name? I forgot.
That young African boy, innit?
Yeah, I did his one, and it was sick as well. Like I went there, and it was him, his friend, and his other friend.
Yeah.
And I was a little worried because I'm the only female up in here. Men I don't know. But they made me feel very comfortable. So, yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
I actually love that one. And then I did the Made to Master. And then I'm a part of the team now, part of Triggered Thoughts.
Yeah.
My God!
I know when you was on Made to Master, we was having a little bit of a... It looked heated, but I don't think it was. But he was having a bit of a passionate argument about, I think the geezer saying about, was it his brother being gay or something?
Yeah, do you know what? It weren't even heated, I think, do you know what it is? He's passionate. When he was talking, he was passionate.
Yeah.
see me, because when I'm talking, I use my hands a lot, so I'm expressed like I do that. So when I'm talking, it might have seemed heated, but it actually wasn't heated.
Okay.
It was just more like he was saying that he would want his partner to tell him his brother's business. But I'm saying, if I'm your partner, obviously I want to be loyal to you. You're the first person I'm going to be loyal to. But at the same time, if that's your brother, it's not my place.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's my place to go and tell your brother's business if he told me something in confidence. It's for me to say to him, look, right, cool, I hear you, but you're going to have to tell your brother at some point because I can't keep this from him.
Yeah,
and that was my point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I wouldn't go straight out and tell your brother's business because your family's going to look at me like, what kind of girl is this?
And miscarry come.
Exactly, and then that could draw a wedge in the relationship because they're going to think, okay, this girl just likes to run her mouth a bit too much. And then your family will start disliking me. Then, it's going to make you wonder if I'm the one for you and all that kerfuffle. Not me and him, but, just in the scenario. So it's like, yeah, man, I'm staying out of that.
You sound like you got some kind of foresight experience with that already.
My God!
You know what? Not really. It's just common sense to me. I just think to myself, putting myself in that position, would I want some gossip going? When my are doing gossiping, and they believe me, they do gossiping about me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna then do the gossiping about them. I'm that person that if I'm gonna say something behind your back, I'm gonna say it in your face first. So that whatever I've said behind your back, you already know, okay, well, she said that to me already. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I've got something to say. But I'm not going to start talking about this person and that person. I'm not really the one for gossip, to be fair.
Okay, that's fair enough. All right, cool. So let's get back on track then. So we're going to continue with the sexual inappropriate behaviour.
My God!
Yeah? So, what's your understanding of sexual inappropriate behaviour?
Yeah!
Let me think about it. Cause I know when I was talking last time, but let me have a think. I think sexual inappropriate behaviour now, I think that when you're operating out of your natural feelings or natural, let me think. If I say habitat, and let me explain that. I feel like some things you may not want to do, but because you're feeling a particular way,
yeah,
you're allowing your emotions to kind of feed that desire rather than you thinking outside of your flesh and think more spiritually and mentally like, okay, do I need to do this? What's this going to do for me? What's the purpose of me doing this? And a lot of the times we operate in our flesh because we want what the flesh wants. We want what, the heart desires. And sometimes it's not the heart, it's the emotion of trauma, of what we've gone through, certain experiences or that feeling. If you've been raped or you were sexually abused, you will get a feeling. And because you get that feeling, and it's natural to you, you always want that feeling. So whatever brings that feeling, you're going to kind of like operate in that. So you're not really operating in you. You're coming outside of yourself, I guess, in a way, to operate in a fleshly manner. And I'm not trying to sound all biblical, be Christian about it. I mean, I am.
Yeah, that's what you represent, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like, a lot of the times that's what we do because we're searching for a connection. But I think the best connection you can have is with yourself. When you know yourself and you know what you deserve and you know what you really want, then your desires become more true to you. It's not really just out of a fling or flirting or because you want to get high or you need some comfort. It's more of, okay, this is what I want because this is how I feel about this person or this is how I feel about this thing. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense though. Good breakdown still.
Yeah.
Very intelligently put. Well done.
My God!
Yeah, I what I mean? That's good, man. I like that still, you know.
Talk to me about it. Tell me what you're feeling about it.
Sexual inappropriate behaviour. I think it's just not respecting other people's boundaries in a nutshell, really, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you see people, you put your hands on them, you touch. Do you know what I mean? Their body, and they don't want their body to be touched in no way, shape, or form. Could be situations that I'm used to seeing, like being in clubs in the past, yeah, and seeing man going to talk to a woman, and when they're going to talk to a woman, they've got their hand round their waist or on their bum cheek, or, do you get what I'm saying? Rubbing their back or something like that as they're approaching them. You know, it can be a bit, some people will use the word like rapey. I don't really like to use that word, but I'd say it's just highly inappropriate and inconsiderate still to be touching somebody on approach and you don't know them. You don't know what they've been through. They could be a victim of abuse, and when you do that now, you bring all kinds of shit coming back.
My God!
You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful. That's true. Funny enough, me and my daughter was at a open mic, but when the guy came, did I go and talk to him? I think we were drunk. I'm not gonna lie, we were doing too many drinks.
How old is your daughter, man?
She is 19.
Okay. I see one big son of yours out of there. Like Ross is biggie.
You saw who?
Is it your son, a big you?
Did you see him?
Yeah, he peeped round the door when you asked for your charger. I was like, Ross, big.
Yeah, that was my son. Yeah, so yeah, he's 21.
Right.
So then, my daughter, me and her. So I think we were just drunk and talking to people. But the guy, he came and he put his hand around me. But, you know, funny enough, I didn't think anything of it.
Okay.
I felt, okay, all right, it's a bit flirtatious. But because I was drunk already, I didn't really take it personal. I kind of like what you did, brushed it off a bit, like just kind of laughed and carried on talking to him. Yeah. And then I walked off and went upstairs. But now that I think about it, yeah, for real, I wouldn't walk up to a guy and put my hand around his waist or something like that, because I feel like it's a bit too much.
Yeah, many a woman would though.
My God!
I wouldn't do it though. I wouldn't do it. It's just like, all right, let me say, see if you're like with somebody, or you and the person are together. Just, you might not be together, but you're together, and you might feel like, okay, if you ever felt like, okay, I want to kiss this person, or but I wouldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't do it as a female, because I'm like, okay, it's the man's job to do that. I'm not going to kiss no man. I'm sorry, you're going to have to do the kiss.
You've never done that, nah?
I wanted to. It's different if I'm like, we've already, you know, been that way, then yeah, that would be okay.
Okay. But you're saying like for the first move, like first time you're saying nah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't, if it's the first time, I'm not going to do it.
Okay, I get that. No. That makes sense. I suppose doing it like that as well, you kind of know where you stand, innit? But in the meantime...
Yo, what you take this thing for? You're listening to the Creative Thoughts podcast, bro.
That's alright. So yeah, when you saying that you was out with your daughter and the geezer come and spoke to you like that or whatever, yeah. You know, you said that obviously you didn't respond or whatever. I think it's probably good that you didn't respond in a out there way. I think sometimes if a woman responds in an out there way, it can make things go left.
Yeah, true.
You're like, oh, you touching and all that kind of stuff. But do you think like when you was under the influence, do you think that takes some of your inhibitions away, like your normal way of how you might respond, but your understanding of it, like, so because you was drunk, because you had a drink or two, or you say you was drunk. Would you say that made you feel like a bit more easy going with the situation?
Yeah, if we're going to be real about it, I think, let's be real, if in certain settings, once you've had a drink, come on, everyone's laid back, you know, not that anything goes, but anything could kind of go certain settings when you've had a drink. But, no, do you know what it is? What's the word? I'm one of them people, even when sober or not, drunk, sober or not, I'm just not funny enough, I think maybe when I come across outspoken, but I'm not actually that outspoken. So if I'm uncomfortable with something, I probably wouldn't say anything anyway.
Right.
I would probably complain to someone that I'm with about it afterwards, but I wouldn't say it there and then, unless it was something that was just literally just
a proper risk.
Like, yeah, they'd be like, no, don't do that. But I would tend to laugh, say, do you need to do that? I'd probably laugh about it rather than be serious about it. Be like, oh, do you need to do that kind of thing? Because my daughter says to me, she's like, Mum, you've got a very flirtatious personality.
Okay.
She actually thinks I've got I personally don't think so. I think that what it is, I'm a bubbly person. Whether I'm sad, happy or not, I'm just a friendly person.
Yeah.
So it could come across, if you don't know me, oh, this girl likes me or whatever, but I actually don't,
Yeah.
Funny enough, when I like somebody, I tend to not talk to them. Because if I'm talking to you, it means I don't bloody like you. No, not like that, but
No, you mean. Still, you're trying to not make it look obvious.
Yeah, kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't think I have a flirtatious personality, but my daughter seems to think so.
I hear that still. And you know what? Sometimes as well, even with the geezer that come and approach you and stuff, like some people can get away with some things that others can't, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So like somebody could come and put their arm around you, and although it's not the worst thing, it's not something you'd welcome, but it's not the worst thing. If somebody comes up to you and they're very corny and grimy and slimy, then obviously you'd have that stance to be like, nah, what are you doing, man? But if somebody comes to you and they've got a bit of charm about them and they speak to you, in a respectful manner and then do it, it's the same act, but at the same time, that person might be able to carry it, especially if they might be your type as well and they're not smarmy and slimy and, you know what I'm saying?
My God!
Yeah, that's so true. I agree with you 100%. You're very wise, isn't it? You say something, and I'm like, it's mad that you actually know certain things. It's like you've almost got insight to how women might think and feel. That's deep, That's deep. That's so true.
I've had a lot of women and been around a lot of women.
Oh, wow.
My God!
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I know the ropes, man. I'm very observant. I do believe that, in life, sometimes you can't possibly figure out things just by your own experiences. You have to watch and learn from other people. So I've always been that guy that watches how other people go about things, and when they're going through certain experiences, like if I used to hang around with guys that were older than me, innit? When I lived in South London, and I would say like 15 and they were like 18 and 19. The majority of them, I just used to idolize them. I mean, hang around with these guys, but they were road guys, but guys with moral standards. You see what I'm saying? So, so they wouldn't really hurt nobody for no reason. But like, obviously, if people tried it with them, then it was what it was. But watching and idolizing them, especially there was a few of them that were known to be gallises. You know what I'm saying? And or gal magnet, as you call it. But anyway, yeah, nice to watch some of them and see how when they approach women and see how it pans out when they approach women and the way they approach women or the way women would approach them or the way women would touch them. I used to observe and watch, and I kind of learned to understand how you approach women appropriately from inappropriately, and how you, if you carry yourself a certain way where you're deemed as somewhat attractive or masculine or got this aura about you, how you can kind of get away with those little things like putting your arm around a girl and you're trying to talk to her. Not touching her bottom, but you might see her and put your arm around her if you're in a bar or, right, you're right, if you get what I'm saying. And she'd let you do it, whereas certain other mans, now I understood that certain mans just couldn't get away with that.
My God!
Yeah, definitely. I think you're absolutely right. I think it does play on how the woman, if she likes you. Because, yeah, if she likes you, you get away with a lot more than if she don't. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I remember I used to work in the youth centre, yeah? And I remember, like, there was a lot of young ladies that was working in there. When I mean young, them times I was in my, like, mid-20s, and the girls was, like, they were like, say, early 20s or like 19 and stuff like that. Some of them are uni students and stuff. And I remember I used to muck around and say jokes to them because I was quite fast. So I'd say like inappropriate jokes to them, but I'd built a relationship with them where they knew that that's how I was and I could make those jokes. But they used to do stuff to me in turn as well. So like when I used to be gymming hard and I'd come in with a t-shirt in the summer, they'd come up to me and do stuff like grab my nipples and twist it.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, and like laugh and stuff like that, or slap my bottom and laugh, you know what I'm saying, when I'm playing pool. You know what I'm saying?
Like your bum, don't they?
Yeah, they used to love my bottom, you know, I swear down, it's not even a joke. My bottom used to get attacked, you know what I mean? But yeah, and I used to have that kind of relationship with a lot of the girls in the youth centre. Like, I'd come in and they'd hug me, but there was another guy that was a bit older, well, quite a bit older than me. He was in his 40s, and he used to be a Galician Jamaican man, but when he used to see how I speak to them, and then he used to run the certain jokes to those women, you know, he ended up with grievances against him. You get me?
Yeah.
He ended up with grievances against him because he was trying to have the same approach, and that's when I realised that he can't get away with what I get away with. Like I said, putting your arm around her or holding her hand if you're trying to talk to her and you don't know her. Like you grab her by the hand gently and like, oh yeah, you're right. She might turn around and smile.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
You know what I'm
saying? Interesting. Yeah, because you pick up on a lot of stuff. Because I was like, there's certain things you've even said to me, and I was like, the fact that you know that we haven't physically spoke.
Yeah.
Then we were just literally through typing. I was like, yeah, you've got a what's the word? A gift.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've got a gift there, which is good. It's good. It's powerful.
Yeah, man. You have to pay attention, man. When you pay attention and you're aware, man, you see a lot of things, innit? If you get what I'm saying. And you can apply other people's experiences to your life. That's how I put it. Do you know what I mean? So you learn those do's and don'ts. I've also seen men do things where they approach women wrong and they end up in the shittiest of situations.
My God!
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, definitely. I think, and it depends, I think, on the female that you're approaching, because some women are, like, if they're anything like me, where they're a lot more passive, then you could, certain things you would be able to get away with, because it would be like, okay, they're just going to let it slide, just move on from it. Whereas if it's more of an aggressive or outspoken woman, then yeah, it's gonna go real left real quick.
100%.
My
God! I remember back in the day as well, I remember experiences I used to have when I used to walk around the road with a certain crew, a man them from a certain area, and they were known to move to hostels, you know, girls' hostels.
Oh, okay. I think I heard about that kind of kerfuffle back in the day.
And we used to walk 20 man strong and stuff. I used to see them on the road and I'd walk with them. And then I used to go to a hostel, so like it'll be a house where it's divided in rooms and there's like, say, 6 females in there. And they'd knock the door and one woman would answer the door. One time I was with them, one woman answered the door and she was like, oh shit. And she tried to shut the door and one of the brothers put his foot in the door, innit? I was like, what you doing, babes, man? Come on, man. We're coming in. Don't be like that. And they all walked in, but they're all going in there to get feel-ups and head and all of these things, innit? When they all walked in, because I saw the way that he put his foot in the door, and the girl was like, oh, shit. I turned away and I walked off. You know what I mean? And they were like, well, you're not coming. And I was like, nah, I'm good, bruv. I've never been one of them people, innit? So I walked off. And, you know, years later, like, I saw one of the girls, and she was like, said, I remember you, you know? I said, from where? She said, when you was with them boy there and they try to come in the hostel and that, like, to come and get their feel-ups and all them things. I remember you walking away. She's like, you know, I've always respected you for that. You know what I mean? You know, but I've always been that guy. I've never been that guy when man was doing certain things on the road, like 3 or 4 man sleeping with one girl and all them things there because the girl's a vulnerable girl and they like, she'd go in the block with them. And I was that guy that'd be like, nah, sir. You know what I mean?
Trust me, talking about the block, there was one time, right, where I was a little bit when I was obviously living with my foster parent.
Pause for a second. Just make sure what you say, you're happy to say it.
I want to say this.
Okay, cool.
I can say this.
Cool. This is what I do to Genius when he's ready, you know, so I just do the same thing to you.
Yeah, no, that's all right. This bit I can say. This bit I can actually say.
Cool.
So basically, when because I talk about actually being in care on my blog. I do talk about, so I'm not afraid of talking about that. It's just something with the family and that, you know. Anyway, so yeah, basically, to cut a long story short, I was a little cheeky at times. Right. I would say cheeky remarks. I remember saying something cheeky to someone else, but there was a bunch of boys in Brixton. I won't say what area, but in Brixton. And
5 years.
What was that?
My actual. God.
So basically, they were bigger than me though, and one of them, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if he was on some kind of drugs or what he was on, but he was literally going to rape me on the stairs.
Is it?
There was like, my friend was there, that was a boy, and then there was three of them, and one of them was trying to take off my trousers.
So hold on. You said, wait. My God! You see, you're saying one boy was with you, and then these 3 geezers came.
Yeah, they knew my friend. Like they were all like lived, but because I don't know, I was being a little cheeky earlier, but I was being cheeky to someone else. One of them, and I'm not gonna lie, I personally, if I'm honest, you know, when I was back then, I was scared. But looking at it and thinking about it now, and the way the guy was behaving, even then I was like, this guy's on drugs.
Yeah.
He weren't behaving like the rest of them. He seemed like he wasn't quite with it. Right. And he was literally trying to take my clothes off. And 2 of them never said nothing. It was only one of them that was like, no, allow it. Let's stop that. Let's go. Because I was literally thinking, I'm going to get raped on the stairs, and they're gonna run around here calling me some kind of hoe when they're done. Yeah, that's what I was thinking was gonna happen. I was like shitting myself, and I was like saying to my friend Ron, like, "What are you gonna tell him to stop?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna tell him to stop if it got that far." I was like, "It didn't look like you was gonna tell him to stop. It was the other guy that was like, nah, you gotta stop this,' because he would have done his thing in front of everybody." And believe me, it would look like, oh, this girl's on the block sleeping with men. So, you know, this is what I'm saying. This is why I talk about it as women. You've got to kind of really be responsible, I think, especially when you're vulnerable and you've grown up in things like care. And this is why I say it's good to kind of know what you're doing, know how to handle yourself and certain stuff, because I was very shy. To be honest, I'm shy now, but I was extremely shy then. Yeah. So I couldn't find my voice. So I didn't know to say, okay, look, I'm not comfortable with this. I was like hoping that my friend was going to say something like, he needs to stop. But thank God, like I said, the other guy had stopped it, kind of thing. But mate, honestly,
that must have been a scary experience, man.
I was so scared. I was so scared, seriously, because he was tall, and I'm only little, and he's tall, and I was like, Jesus, have mercy. I don't want this man.
without mentioning any names, did he have presence? Is he well known or something?
I couldn't tell you who the hell he was.
Oh, you didn't know him at all?
I didn't know the guy. I know two of them by face. The one I was with, and not like with, just as my friend, and the other one that he's probably well known, right. So I can't say his name, but that was the one that was telling him to stop.
Okay.
But the other one, I couldn't tell you who he is. If I'm being honest, he's probably dead or in prison, because the way that he was behaving wasn't normal.
Well, yeah, the way he's doing that sounds like he's definitely done that shit before.
My God!
Yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked if he's locked up somewhere or 9 feet under. And that's not me being wicked. That's just, me just stating
the truth.
Yeah.
The
So that
truth.
kind of behaviour's not on, man.
And at the end of the day, growing up in certain areas, those kind of behaviours are somewhat deemed normal, man.
My God!
Exactly. And on the thing that you was talking about was I've never dealt with men coming into my hostel and stuff like that. Personally, I wouldn't be opening the door anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know I've seen a bunch of boys. And this is the thing I loved when I was younger, because I had like so much innocence.
Yeah.
When I was young, that I was so shy that actually, I was going to say something else, but let me make a joke. So basically, well, it's not even a joke, actually, it's reality. So this I'm going to talk about. It is a bit about my mum and about like a situation as well. But I don't mind talking about this. If she does not like it, she's going to have to face the reality that she was just a bad mum. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm saying it today. But anyway, so what happened was, I like this guy. I was living with my mum for a little while, and I like this guy who's a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
And I always, like, he saw me, I liked him. I was doing the laundry, with, giving each other the eyes. You know, when you see someone you like back in the days, you give them the eyes,
Yeah.
and we carried on. But I told him I was a little bit older than I was, but he weren't that much older than me, just by a couple of years. So anyway, I used to wear makeup because I didn't feel pretty without makeup. Like a lot of insecurities and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So one time I went over to his house. Eventually, it took a while. It took like maybe a year for it to get that far. But then I went over to his house because my mum, was dating his dad. Ended up, being with his dad, whatever. So I went over there one time, and we was chatting, and he just kissed me out the blue. And I had no makeup on that day. I had my hat on.
Right.
I had my hat on. And I literally, when he kissed me, in that moment, it's like a light bulb clicked on. It was like, wow, like, you're actually pretty. You don't need, like, makeup. And from that day, I stopped wearing makeup. I know this is a little random.
That's good stuff.
Talking about, but I literally stopped wearing makeup. Like, it gave me, like, wow, like, you are actually pretty enough without having to put, because I used to wear the black lipstick and just gothic.
Yeah, some goth thing, yeah.
Yeah, all of that stuff. Just trying to find my identity, really.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I remember that day, I got back late. So I've knocked on the door, and my mum, she didn't let me in. She didn't let me in the house. So I was literally on the doorstep all night. So
my mum used to do that shit as well, man.
Did your mum used to do that to you too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she didn't let me in, boy. So the neighbour let me in, but then her partner was like, well, look, she's got to go. So she's saying, well, look, where's she going to go if we put her out? He was like, it's not his problem. So she had to basically send me out. So I was sitting on the doorstep, and I was looking over, and I was like, I knew I could knock his door and he would let me in, but I just didn't want to do that because I was so shy and because of my innocence. So I just decided, nah, and I just stayed outside the house till the morning, until my mum let me in. And my mum's excuse was, oh, she heard the door, but she was too tired to get up and open it.
Wow.
So, yeah, exactly. And this is why I like to talk to women about being vulnerable, because I've done the sleeping on park benches where I haven't been allowed in the house.
That's happened to you several times then, yeah?
Multiple times. Multiple times it's happened.
Can I ask you a quick question, not to throw you off?
Yeah.
Have you got brothers and sisters?
I've got one brother. He's younger than me, and then I've got 4 sisters.
And
I've got more than 4 sisters, but on my mum's side, I've got 4. On my dad's side, I've got another 3 sisters that I don't know them.
Alright, the ones that you live with, are they older than you?
One was.
Okay, so did they get the same treatment as you in like being locked out of the house?
Never. I think the only one that got treated that way was my younger sister, when her dad used to drop her off to my mum, and my mum didn't want her in the house or whatever and didn't let her in. But majority of the time it was just me that got treated like that. Yeah. My mum done it to me multiple times. I've knocked the door. She know that it's me, but she just wouldn't answer the door. She'd leave me outside there.
Was he coming in late?
To be fair, no, because if I'm being honest, like, see when we was doing, I'm not going to talk about it,
Yeah.
It's a bit too deep.
Yeah.
But when we were talking about the whole thing of when was saying when your first time,
Yeah.
and it being a memorable thing.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
first time was, I won't say the whole thing, but
It wasn't enjoyable.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay.
So it was nothing to. I wasn't thinking that I'm still could care less about the situation.
Yeah.
But for my mum was one of those people. Due to her own personal stuff, I won't talk about it because that's for her to discuss. But due to her own situations, she's not the "I love you" type, the huggy type. You know.
Well, your mom sounds like mine, bruv.
Yeah, she ain't that type. Not that type. So it's you've got to fend for yourself, really. She doesn't.
Yeah. Your mom's a Jamaican.
No, she's not actually. Funny enough, my mum's mixed race. So her dad is Nigerian and her mum is white, and then my dad apparently is Guyanese.
Okay.
But my brothers and sisters, their dad's Jamaican.
Right. You know, most of the times when mums behave like that, they've been through something, you know.
Yeah, she definitely has. But, it's not my place to talk about it.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, they've been through something. And, the sad thing about it, even though they've been through something and they know whatever they've been through wasn't a great experience for them or whatever, it just kind of puzzles me sometimes how these parents never sat down and done their own homework and tried to break that mold.
My God!
Yeah, exactly. So I think with me and my mum, we can't, if my sisters and brothers not there, we can't conversate.
Yeah.
There's nothing, we don't do much talking. So my mum's always been, when I lived with her for a few months, she was always pretty much do what you want.
Is it?
Anything could go. You could go home with random, you could go, boys could come over. It was what it was, and it is what it is in that house.
Wow.
Kind of thing. So I do remember, and I remember coming to a point in my life where she called the blinking police on me. I think we was arguing, and I was calling her all kinds of names because she used to call me a few names. So I was like, oh, F this. So I called her a couple of names, called the police on me. So they put me back in care. And I remember her calling me and saying, like, Shanna, you come in back home. And I looked at the phone and I was like, nah, I'm better off in care because number one, I get clothes in care. I'm not walking around in the same because my mum's next door neighbour used to have to give me and clothes.
That's deep, man. Is it?
I was wearing the same. Obviously, I'd wash them.
Yeah.
And that, because my mum couldn't afford to buy no and stuff for me or anything. So
was she just broke? Was your mum just broke, or obviously there was a reason why she was broke?
She had her money, but she smoked her weed and do what she was doing,
Yeah. I get you.
So my mum's neighbour, she was cool. She would give me some clothes and stuff. Like I'd go over there and say like you give me some or whatever. So that was that. So I just decided, no, I'm better off in care because I get money to buy stuff for myself and whatever. But with my foster parent, the thing was that is she taught me to, although she was quite harsh, my last foster parent, because I've been in like bloody 28 different places, 28 different homes. Yeah, that's what I've been all over the place. But my last one, she taught me. She was, but she taught me some valuable things because I was sleeping on park benches and I had to sleep in a couple of drug houses. Onto the thing that you were saying, like obviously they're bringing girls in the bathroom and all of that stuff, but they never brought me in the bathroom because I used to cane roll their hair for them. So I can't say that house, but I was in one.
You was an asset.
And,
you was an asset.
Who?
You was an asset.
I was an asset. Yeah. I was an asset. So basically, I would cane roll their hair, so they didn't trouble me.
Yeah.
They didn't trouble me at all. They didn't do anything to me. I'd do their hair, whatever. They'd let me sleep over. They knew I had nowhere else to go. I'd sit there, bus straight with them, go to sleep, and then I'll go home.
Right.
So it's not to say that I was never in vulnerable moments. but I wasn't in vulnerable moments there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, but I do remember one time I was on a bus, and I'm not going to lie, I believe this was a setup though, when I was in the children's home up in, Lewisham. It was, I forgot the area, you know. It's between Lewisham and, I forgot. Anyway, don't matter.
Eltham.
No,
Woolwich.
it's not, Woolwich. It weren't Woolwich. It was near
Thamesmead.
Lewisham.
Kidbrook.
Huh?
Thamesmead, Kidbrook, Catford.
No, not Kidbrook.
New Cross.
It was, no, it's between Forest Hill and Lewisham.
Sydenham.
No, it weren't Sydenham, but it was random areas anyway.
Oh,
I think
okay.
one of the foster home.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a girl that came in, but she was older than me, but she made out that she was like the same age as me. And I remember her bringing me round to some park bit. And when we walked around the park, there was bare men, bare boys. Like, well, they weren't men because we were younger than that. We were like 13. So there was like bare boys.
Right.
Like and I was like, this is in my head. I'm thinking, how is it that she knows to bring us down here and all these boys? As soon as I saw them, I had a feeling they were going to take to me. I was like, that these men, because these boys are going to take to me. They came and took to me. So we got on the bus. One bus pass. Yeah, trust me, it was madness back then. Took my bus pass, and the other one was like had his hand around my shoulders, bringing me over to some flats. So he brought me into some crackhead-looking flats, whatever they were.
Oh, they took your bus pass.
One did, yeah. I don't know. I couldn't tell you who did it and took my bus pass.
But they all saw them. They saw them do that, right?
Yeah, of course they did. They didn't give a shit. They did not give a shit. There was about 30 of them. There was about 30 of them, but I was
like ghetto boys.
Yeah, down them kind of sides. So then he's brought me into the flat, and he's like, oh, you know, what we doing kind of thing. So I said, yeah, okay, we can have sex, but this is what we're going to do. Let's sleep. And in the morning, we can have sex.
Yeah.
So in the morning now, he's still sleeping. I've woken up and I was praying he was still sleeping. So as soon as I woke up and I saw that he was sleeping, the way I flew out that mash-up window and went to the straight. I went to the police station. I didn't say nothing about the boy or anything that had happened. I just said, look, I'm in care. I was, just ran away from home kind of thing. Can you take me home? That's all I said.
Yeah.
And I went. And then when I got back, the girl was like, oh, I was looking for you. Where was you?
She sounded like the recruiter of the groomers.
Yeah. I was like, what kind of bullshit is that? And listen, this is the thing, man. I'll tell you that some of the experiences I've had, this is why as sweet as I can be, I kind of know certain things. So I'm like, you know what? For women, you got to kind of carry yourself a particular way. And even if you are sometimes carrying yourself in a particular way, it depending on what you're walking into, it could be a shambles. But luckily that day, I didn't have to open up no legs because I got out of there real quick.
That's good though.
Yeah, I had to, and this is what I had to learn to kind of think fast.
Yeah, that survival kicked in, man.
Yeah, trust me.
That's deep still, man. Old care life ain't easy still. When people find out that you're in care, like they're just on a different type of thing still. That's bad that girl try to set you up like that and that, man.
My God! Yeah, that's craziness to me. Cause I've never ever dealt with that before. That was the first time I dealt with that. I was like, that's madness.
That's a frequent thing nowadays, girls that have been molested by a man them or whatever and they end up being head recruiters for their gang to bring in more girls to get molested. It's mad.
See? So she was probably molested by them and thought, that I was going to have no.
Yeah, man, that's mad.
As sweet as I am, I like to keep my cookies to myself.
My God!
Nah, for real. I get that, man. That's crazy. You had some experiences, man. It's good that you come out the way that you have, though.
Yeah. But you know what? When I was young, I used to regret them. But then, as an adult now, I kind of appreciate those moments because they've made me into who I am now. Because although I'm not street, if I was on the streets, I know that I could deal with it. If you know what I mean, because I've got that experience. But yeah, man. So I struggled with relationships because of that. I used to be very emotional because anything all at once.
Yeah.
You know, being passed around to different foster homes, not always being treated good, people stealing all my good clothes, leaving me with nothing to bloody wear, and all of that stuff. And you know, I've been through it all, man. I've been through it all. And then I can't really talk about some things because some things are to do with my.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she's not going to want me to talk about her carries on. But yeah, so I've had to deal with sexual abuse, but I've dealt with that more with females.
A female?
Men. Yeah, more with females than men. Upstairs.
Fuck off, is it?
Yeah, I remember when I was in primary school, and in one of my foster homes, their daughter was getting me to play doctors and nurses. So we would be, she'd pull up her clothes, her titties are out and everything, and I would be playing doctors and nurses with her. So when I went in her room with her, I thought it was okay. So I climbed on top of her now.
Yeah.
So I climbed on top of her, and I'm thinking, okay, this is nice because this is what we do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But me personally, I've never looked at a woman and felt like, oh, I like women.
Yeah.
I've always been, you see a man and you're like, yeah. I've never had that feeling. But when I was young and having to experience that, it was like, it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird feeling for me. So for me, it was more dealing with sexual encounters with females than it was with men when I was young and in care.
Yeah, it's mad still, but at the same time, promiscuousness when you're young can make you do some, because you're experimenting until you find your path, innit?
Yeah, but funny enough, I wasn't promiscuous, but I always kind of wanted love, a family thing. I've always, from young though, it's always made me want, okay, I want a husband, I want kids, I want like a protector kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted that. So that's what I've always seeked. But I wouldn't say that I was sexually promiscuous in terms of getting with wrong men.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and or being with the right man, but not able to obtain a relationship with them because of my emotional state.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, so I had to learn.
Yeah, that's mad. You might not have been promiscuous, but obviously them girls that was trying it with you, they were, innit?
My God!
Yeah. Yeah, they were older than me, though. I think they were probably like 19, 18.
And you was how old?
I was like, I was in primary, so I was like, I think about 9.
That's deep, man.
Yeah, it was like,
Yo, what you take this thing for? You're listening to the Creative Thoughts podcast, bro.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, that's deep, man. You should write a book.
Yeah, there's bare stuff I can say, but I'm not going to sit here and get...
No, you can't blur out your thing like that, man. I won't allow you to still.
Yeah. But there's been some scenarios. So I was like, you know what? My life has to be a living testimony. So I have to so that's why now I like to do my blog. But when I do my blog, I don't talk about what I've been through. I just speak about things as if I'm just speaking about it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I don't mind this bit going up because you know what? I feel like normally I would say no, but I feel like to take it out. But I think that with what we're doing today, I think it will help. So I think, that's why I say in being promiscuous and stuff, like back on the topic, I think sometimes when you're walking with a brokenness, if you don't know your worth or you don't, because for me, I struggled. I definitely struggled. Although I wasn't promiscuous like that, I struggled in the sense of, I I would be one of those girls. You know, when they used to do the live radio calls and stuff like that, and you know, I would be calling up, trying to talk to the DJ. You know, you don't know what the man looks like, but you just want busting conversation. No, you like young and stuff.
Can you love the voice?
My God!
Yeah, exactly. Because you like the voice, you like hello, and you know, do childish stuff.
Yeah,
you know, you do childish behaviour, basically, kind of thing. Or like I said, with relationships, when I was in a relationship, it would be a struggle because I couldn't always, you know, operate from the right emotions.
Yeah. So would you say that you've thrown up? Do you think that you've thrown away good relationships because of it?
I have this. Yeah, I've had one regret. One regret, I would say. For me. No, actually, tell a lie. 2 regrets. The first regret was actually because I was in church and I was pregnant. You know, the pastor was kind of like calling me a hoe and stuff. And she, she's like, oh, you know, you're a hoe, and kind of calling prostitute and calling me all kinds of names.
Yo, what you take this thing for? You're listening to the Creative Thoughts podcast, blood.
I rejected a relationship, and I liked the person as well, but I rejected it because I was pregnant, and I felt like, okay, it's not, I can't be in a relationship in church. Because it was one of them ones where you're not allowed to wear makeup. You got to
So hold on. So you're saying a guy wanted to be with you even though he was pregnant?
Yeah.
My God!
Bruh. Did you know I knew you from before?
Huh?
Did you know you from before?
Yeah, he knew. Basically what happened is I saw him.
Yeah.
And we got to talking, but I didn't know I was pregnant.
Right,
so I didn't know I was pregnant, and the dad, you know, and all that stuff was going on. Probably bleep stuff out, but yeah, things were going on, and but I didn't know I was pregnant, so I'm just single at that point, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So when I met him at the train station, we got to talking, and then he somehow, I gave him my number, but he didn't quite get my number, so I saw him again. And he ended up getting the right number, because I was like, right, how come you ain't called? He was like, oh, you know, the number weren't, I think, what did he say? A digit was wrong or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, well, shit. By then I had found out I was pregnant. So I was like, how, this guy is not, what am I supposed to say about this? I'm in church, pregnant, this kind of stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're talking, and I said to him, look, man, I can't really get to know you because I'm pregnant. And he was like, the phone cut off, so I'm thinking, yeah, he's put down the phone. He's not trying to hear none of that. But he called back, and he was like, oh, okay, cool. And he brought me to his cousin's house, and she fed me and stuff like that. And we never ever was intimate, though. We was never intimate, and I was maybe about, this went along to when I was probably about maybe 6 months.
Right.
And stuff like that. But I was like, we still wasn't intimate. Or anything like that. I don't even think we even kissed.
Sounds like a good boy.
Yeah, I can't even say that we even kissed, if I'm being honest. I don't remember giving him a kiss at all. Nothing like that. And I remember my foster grandma was like, oh, you know, you could be with him because if you're pregnant and he wants you, whatever. But in church, it was like, you're not allowed unless you're married and all that. He wasn't a Christian, so he didn't go to church or nothing like that. So I was like, nah, I can't. But really, I wanted to be, because I was like, no one else is really going to come and pick me up pregnant and in this state and all of that kind of kerfuffle. And that, but yeah, I mean, the dad came back anyway after that, and all those, you know, the kids and all that kerfuffle. But yeah, that's what happened at that time. And yeah, man, I don't know, why am I even bringing this up? Why did I bring this up?
Because I asked you if a man actually wanted to be with you when he was pregnant.
Yeah. That was that. But yeah, so that was the regret. So that was my first regret. that was my actual first regret. And then we ended up getting the talking, and he came to my house, actually, when I had my son. He came to my house.
Okay.
But we still wasn't intimate. I was scared to be intimate. Can you believe that? He said to me he wanted to be intimate because that would bring us closer. I didn't want to be intimate because I felt like that would run him away.
Right, yeah.
So we were both thinking the same thing, but not the same thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my mum was I had my mum living with me, and that was when I lived in my temporary place that I had.
Okay.
Just up where the shops were and stuff, where Argos and Barclays and all that was. So anyway, near Court Road.
I used to work around the corner from there too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! So that was my first regret, and then my second regret was one guy that I met coming home from poetry night, and I used to go to poetry nights and I just thought, and I was in my red boots and I'm coming down. This guy is asking me about cars. I'm like, I don't know nothing about cars. Why are you talking to me about your car for? So but obviously that was his way of just trying to have a little chit chat. But I'm just thinking in my head, what? Don't talk to me about your car. I don't care about it. Like, I don't know nothing about it. But I just talked with him. And then so he gave him my number. The next day, we was inseparable. But he did some things. And then he went missing for like 2 weeks. And I'm thinking, I'm saying to my friend, well, like, we was cool. He's gone missing. Then he was like, well, look, he's going to have to do jail time, basically. So I was like, okay, cool. You just hand yourself in, mate. Just do what you've got to do. So because I said that, his brother saw the text, innit? Brother got in contact with me and everything. And his brother's like, look, you're a good girl. So we went to the courts. I used to go to the courts to see him and stuff like that. I went to see him. Even brought my kids even to the prison. I went to see him I think on 2 occasions. No, first time it was just me. The second time I brought the kids and everything. And when he came out, we were cool. But I feel like I had regrets there because I was unsure. Because he was quite... You know, some men are like that. He was like street, but he was also quite... He needed like babying.
Right.
And I regret kind of not staying with him because I tell you what, can you imagine? The man's in jail and he's getting his brother to buy me a mattress for my house.
Oh, is it?
He's in jail and stuff, and he's telling his brother, like, can you buy her a mattress? Because I needed, like, I think the kids must have mashed up the mattress. And he's like, she needs a new mattress. Can you? And I remember I didn't want, and I would never take anything from any man.
Yeah.
I had an issue with that. I couldn't take money. I couldn't take nothing. So I always said no. So I refused. But he told his brother to do it, and his brother went and ordered the mattress and sent it to my house. And I remember him making a card for me in jail and sending it to me. And it was so cute because it's like you're a grown man and you sent me and that you've actually sat down to make a card and send it to me. But I didn't value those. Like I did, but I didn't know how to kind of obtain those things.
Yeah.
Back then, like I valued it and I knew he was a good man, but I think that because of my own brokenness, it was hard to kind of love him in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was my second regret. That's my only regret though, just 2. That, you know, the rest I don't regret anything else.
Yeah. Wow. That's deep, man. You know what I mean? Shani's got a story to tell.
My God!
Who knew?
Yeah. Got a story to tell. You ain't playing around. Your life's very interesting, very colourful.
My God!
Yeah, trust me. You honestly, I tell you what. The thing though, in my younger years, it was busy, man. It was busy in my younger years, and although you would say they were the worst parts of my life, I kind of like regret not being in that era. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This era's just mad.
Yeah, it's still.
It's completely different. Like back then, you could kind of like, you'd sit on your porch on a summer day, just like reminiscing with your friends, busting jokes. Now, you see someone walking too fast, you're closing your door. You don't even want to be on your porch for more than 2 seconds, man. You're just like, yeah, put the bin out and you're in. Like, where before it was just different. The atmosphere was different. The air was just different. The love was different, kind of thing.
And there was community as well.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? You can meet someone today, talk to them all night, and be in a relationship for years. Now, you're for the street. If you meet someone, and do you know what I mean? It's just, things are just different. So, although those days were kind of mad, I would give anything though to kind of go back.
Yeah, I would as well. Still, I would definitely. I think the childhood, the teenage years, is definitely the best parts of life, man. Like with the whole community aspect, and you know, even the culture. Like growing up, you see your culture when you was younger and that more, innit? Like reggae days out at the park and all these kind of things. Seeing the man on the road with the sky juice trolley and all them kind of. You know what I mean? You don't see none of this shit now. Everyone's trying to be fucking, what's it, Costa coffee drinkers and shit.
My God!
Costas.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's just, the community's gone to puts now. And now we don't even love each other anymore. We love every other culture but our own now. That's just, and don't get me wrong, love is love. I'm not here for anyone watching. I don't want anyone to think that I'm against multicultural love. I just think that it's important also, though, for us to embrace our love as well.
100%, I agree with you. You can't love nobody else. You can't love nobody else's thing if you don't love yourself.
Exactly that. So,
it's the same thing like a relationship, innit? You're supposed to have a successful relationship if you're loving that other person, but you don't love you haven't learned to love yourself yet.
My God!
No, it's so true. It's so true. But I've done enough talking. Let's hear from you. What about you? What about your experiences? Have you had like, you know, some crazy experiences? I know you mentioned that your mum used to lock you out the house and stuff as well. So where did you go? How did you find that? Had to find the lady's house to kip out for the night?
Yeah, mixture between trap houses. But it was mainly ladies' houses, man. That's how I learned to be a bit of a gallus. Yeah, I mean, like I had girls on the go and stuff like that. Even though I was in them homeless situations, and I'd just go from place to place according to who's vulnerable, who's available, and I'd go there.
I was about to say who's vulnerable.
Yeah, I had to change that. Sorry, that sounded so wrong. Pause on that one. Yeah, now who's available? It was usually the same set of females that was available. I'd come in and they'd literally feed, man, straight away or whatever, you get me? And then we'd chill out or whatever, and we'd be in the yard chilling. Some of them, their mums was there and they all snuck me in, you get me? Do you know what I mean? I'm hiding beside the bed, you know, like on the blind side of the bed and that, like sleeping there, you get me? And shit, so I do stuff like that. And then when I finish, you know, like, get up in the morning, I finish, they'd give me money and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like I was a gigolo.
My God!
Nah, survival, man. What could you do? Your mum's kicking you out. There's nowhere for you to go. You have to do what you got to do. I feel like you're the male version of me in terms of some of the things that we kind of gone through as well. Because I had to find some men's houses to keep at night.
100%. Because then if they like you, innit, that's what you can count on for them to look after you if they had like a liking towards you or something. So
trust me.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the females. You know what I mean? My mum kicked me out for long periods of time, man. I was out for like 2 months, 3 months. Then another time I was out for like about a year. You know what I mean?
You're joking.
Nah, man. You know what I mean? It was mad.
So what, are you and your mum close? Do you not get along?
We talk now. We're civil. We have times, but my mum's one of them people that are stuck in a traditional fully West Indian ways. She's been through stuff. She ain't broken the mold. She's stuck in that era. She's improved a little bit, but she's stuck in that era, and she just got that same thing about her, innit? That, you know, makes me and her sort of not clash, but just disagree. I'm not the favourite son. I'm like the black sheep. You know what I mean? So
Same here.
a lot of what I've done in my life is to go out there and prove to myself that I'm able to achieve certain things. You get me? For my own, you know what I mean? My own gain, like achieving goals and stuff, because I've been somewhat put down or not believed in or that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not trying to play victim, because you know what? Ultimately, that shit that I've been through has made me stronger.
Well, you was a victim, but you have turned it around for your own gain now.
Yeah.
Because look at you, you've got the upper hand now. So.
Yeah. This is it. You know what I mean? It made me stronger. That's what made me have a career and stuff. Because originally, when I was younger, I wanted to be a footballer. I was a brilliant footballer and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of people was interested in man and stuff like that. I was a good footballer and what's it called? Yeah, I had a few injuries and whatever. Not. My mum never really supported me with football and all those kind of things. You know what I mean? So when you're young, you need your parents to have your back. Where when you're young, you want to be a footballer. That's your passion. You go through those dark days when you're like, I'm not getting picked, I can't be arsed. You need that parent to kick you up your backside and be like, get in the car, I'm taking you there regardless. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of use that now to encourage my sister on my dad's side, because she's got a son. He's 13 now, and he's being scouted for like the Chelsea's, Queen's Park Rangers, Arsenal's. All these teams are on him. He's a really good footballer, man. You know what I mean? And I'm showing her, like, it's important that you keep sticking behind him, and when he has them days, you just encourage him to keep on going, do you know what I mean? And try and pick the right clubs for his trials and all them. So I'm just kind of showing her that way, because, you know what I mean, I never had that. So when I had an injury, I gave up, you know, and then I was deemed as somewhat of a flop for giving up. But then I found my path by myself.
Yeah.
I found my path for myself in the community with taking young people out to play football at tournaments and stuff. I just get the money when I was 17. The younger 10, 11-year-olds, they wanted to play football. I'd take them to certain tournaments and stuff and pay the money for them. I'd go and ask their mum's position. That led me to get into youth work and stuff like that, innit? And then from youth work, I did probation with ex-offenders or young people that were offenders and stuff like that. So it's just all that kind of support industry stuff, man. That's given me a long, prosperous career with all the shit that I've seen, all the shit that I've been through. Every kid that I meet, they know when they see me, like, instant. As soon as they see me and they look in my eyes, they're just like, I know this guy's going to be able to relate to me.
My God!
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I was going to say that as well. You definitely seem from, I mean, although we don't know each other, you know, like that, but we're building a friendship now that, you know, well, I kind of feel like I know you now. But, I could get a sense that you're a very loving person. Like, you're very loving, like, you like to help others and stuff like that. It comes natural to you.
Yeah, 100%.
Alongside, obviously, me saying that you do, I can definitely pick up the sensitivity in you as well.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So that's good. That's actually powerful that you haven't used, like, your past and felt like you haven't been bitter. Like, you know, let me hate the world because of what I've gone through. You're actually using that to save others and help others. So
I went through my stages where not necessarily I hated the world, but I went through my stages where I didn't give a fuck about life. Like I was on a Tupac thing, listening to Tupac, and it's like, where I don't care if I die tomorrow. Like I was reckless at certain stages. You get me? People used to say you can't go around operating like that, but I was like, I didn't really care. So I went through that, but then I learned to reverse it. I did all of that, sitting on the back of the bus upstairs, and when the bus stops at a bus stop and youths are looking up at you, I get off the bus and knock them out. I did all of that shit. Just mash up youths. I used to knock people out for fun. You know what I mean? You know, so, yeah, and then I learned to it was hard, but I learned to start ignoring when people are walking on the road giving you dirty looks, because I used to just challenge everything. You know what I mean? Man, Verbz, you can't possibly go around fighting everybody that gives you dirty looks. You're going to be fighting 24/7. And you're going to put yourself at risk at some stage. You got to change that. So then I started to kind of smirk at them when they're looking at me and like laugh and shake my head and just carry on walking. And then from there now I just ignore things now. Now I see things, I'm aware, but I don't pay no attention to idiotic, childish, backward, wannabe roadman behaviour. They can't draw me out, you get me?
My God!
That's good. That's good. That's actually really good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's very good. That's important.
Too big for that, man. Been there, done that, man. I ain't trying to do certain things like what they're doing. When I see certain man my age and that used to be on the road thing and they're still on the road thing even now, they still got the road mindset and mentality, I just shake my head after them, man. Like, you haven't developed, bruv.
Yeah,
So that's how I see it.
exactly.
You got a development issue, man. You have not developed. How can you be big and you're still walking around bouncing like it's the 1990s, or, you know what I'm saying, talking about shit in an arrogant way and all them kind of things that, I know, man, too reckless. Like, you don't, when you're young, you don't think about tomorrow. When you're older, you're supposed to think about tomorrow, and you got people depending on you. You got kids depending on you. You got a partner depending on you. Like, things, you got to operate better, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so true.
I'll give you an
it's so
example.
true.
I played football during COVID, you know. Yeah? I hadn't played football.
Really?
Yeah, I hadn't played football for years. And I said, nah, man, I'm putting on weight. And let me go and play football, blood. Fuck this shit. You know what I mean? So some guys was like, yeah, man, come down to, goals, like the 7-a-side pitches and that.
I don't know where that is, no.
They got like a few of them. You see them all over the place. So they got like the cages with the 7-a-side AstroTurf pitches and all that, yeah? And,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so
that.
they were like, come down there and let's do a kickabout. So I said, all right, I'm going to go down there now, yeah? Went down there, stretched for a bit, went in goal just to kind of warm up myself. Then I said, yeah, let me come out and start attacking like I'm the young boy of the 1990s and that. You know what I mean? And I must have skilled up a couple of man now, and I said, yeah, man, this was good. Still got it. Took a shot, licked the post. I said, yeah, man, I still got this shit, blood. And then I must have done a move now and tried to turn suddenly, and my foot slipped on the wet patch of the AstroTurf. I broke my fucking leg, bruv.
My God!
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So when I broke my leg now, and I went there and the man said, to the hospital, my friend, you broke your leg right through the fibula and tibula. You know the thick part of your bone, and then you got the little side bone that helps you balance.
Aye.
Both of them clean broke. You know what I mean? Because I remember I was sitting in the hospital bed in A&E waiting, and all I remember is I was on the chair, and I was in the wheelchair, and I asked them to raise the legs of the wheelchair up so my feet are up, because I didn't want it down on the floor, innit? Like, so they raised it up, and when they raised it up, I just see. So imagine I'm sitting up straight like this, my 2 feet are like this, and I just see one of them just doing this. Just turning to the side. I said, oh shit. I said, turn it back. It just kept turning to the side where my bones can't hold it. You know what I'm saying? And I said, nah, this is mad. So anyway, the reason why I'm talking about that now is because it was broken clean like that, they said I had to have correctional surgery. Would I be happy to do it? Correctional surgery is where they put the, you know your bones, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, you got the marrow part in the centre.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, that part where the marrow is filled, the little bit there, they basically get 2 metal rods and connect it from the top of your bone all the way down to where it's broken, feed it through, and then feed it to the broken bone down the bottom so it holds the bone together. Yeah, and they did it to both of them, and then I got like 2 bolts in my ankle going across to hold it in place.
Aye.
And 2 bolts in my knee going across. You get me? Yeah. And that's there for life. I can get it removed, but I'm not trying to get my bones, them things drawn out my bones again. You get me? And
yeah, better off leaving that in, man.
that's what I'm saying. And then that now, because of that, it made me realise how important it is to be active as a man. Because when I was recovering, I broke it in October 2020. They said to me that I'm not going to be able to walk until, I think it was like March or something like that. I can't start walking till March, yeah? But I was determined. I started walking by December. You know what I mean? But just the whole point of being in the bed for 2 weeks, not when I got released, I was in the hospital for a week. When I got sent home, I was in bed for 2 weeks, couldn't move. I had to inject myself so I don't get clots. Yeah?
Oh.
And I had to depend on my missus to feed me, my kids to get me this, my kids to get me that. And just that, the inconvenience of what it done for the family financially and everything made me realise, like, you can't fuck about, man. When you're going out in your everyday life, even a fight, an argument, telling your boss to fuck off, it no longer just impacts you, it impacts everybody, bruv.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. I mean, not that that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's everything else that happened afterwards, sweet. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta think twice now, is it? When you're in certain situations.
You thinking like like Genius?
No, I'm not married.
Oh, okay, I thought you was married too. Cause I was like, sure they're both married.
No, I'm engaged, but you know we do long people black engagement.
Yeah. Invite me to I want to be at this engagement.
Yeah, man, when you're ready, man. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
That's so cute. Congratulations.
Thank you. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
But yeah, man, it just made me realise with every step, you got to analyse things properly. You can't react upon impulse when you got family and children behind you because you just throw things away. So, yeah, that taught me a lot when I was in that bedridden situation, man. You know what I mean?
Trust me. I understand the throwing the life away bit because, we won't talk about it, but you know my shit.
Yeah, I know that shit. I know your shit.
I know that's just, that's even like, this is just, I want it to be over and done with, man, but such and such.
Don't worry, man. Anyway, you'll get past that, man. Don't worry. That's soon, isn't it?
I don't know. They haven't given me any info on it yet.
I don't even think you're going to end up in the situation you're going to end up in, you know. I don't even think it's going to go to the next step that you expect.
I hope not. But it's the fact that they're taking so long with it. It's just like...
Yeah, it's not important, bruv.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, well... I'll have to talk to you when we're not on this.
Yeah. No problem.
But
But yeah, that's my, situation and stuff. You get me? So yeah, mum used to beat me out and stuff like that, and yeah, what can I say, man? No,
beat you out.
No, boot me out the house.
Beat you out. Oh trust me.
Yeah.
Personally, I would have thought that my mum like being in jail in as well in a whole different country for how many years that she would come back and be different, but. Yeah, mate.
No, they're stuck in it.
You are, isn't it? You are. And this is the thing. Pardon me. I'm not angry at her about it. I was when I was younger. Yeah. But it's just made me I just try my best to love on my kids and make sure that they love each other. Like just I just try to make sure they're close.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to feel rejected or like, oh, mum loves one more than the other. I try.
Yeah, it's very important to try and not get into all of that, man.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Well, it's a deep sesh that we've done. Who knew we was going to have this conversation?
I know, innit? And we've been on for quite a while as well, still.
Yeah, it's like we've changed the topic's kind of... Well, I guess it's good, though, isn't it? This is good.
Yeah, 100%. We can take good points from this. There's been some gems in there, you get me?
My God!
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely been some gems, boy. No, I think, though, on the promiscuous stuff, I think women just generally... Well, young girls, I would say, especially, you've got to learn, I would say, number one, stay in college. Get in college, get busy. Because when you're busy, you have no time to be focusing on all the wrong things anyway.
100%.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But if you're not busy, I just say take that time out to kind of learn yourself. Learn who you are, learn more about what you like and what you dislike, find out what you want to do in life. And I personally say, create like a business, start a business, or at least focus or try and focus on becoming your own boss and stuff like that. And I wish that's one thing I wish that I did when I was younger, when I had loads of money used to come in, loads of money came in. I wish I was thinking about creating a business and stuff like that, because I'd be in a much different place.
Never too late, mate.
No, there's never too late. That's why I'm going to do it now. But when I was young, I'm talking about like for young girls now, while you don't have children, and rather than worrying about boys and all of that stuff that comes afterwards, just kind of make sure you focus on just getting your own business, creating some kind of something, or investing, and worry about the babies and men later. That will all come later on, but just make sure that financially, spiritually, emotionally, and physically you're stable.
100%.
So that when you do meet someone, it will be more durable as well. It will last.
That's a great message. You know what I mean? I like that. Yeah, man. We like that one. A lot of girls can take some, or women can take some information from that, man. You know what I mean? Focus on building your ting before you go and lay down with the fling.
My God!
You know what I mean?
Honestly, exactly. Having children's a blessing. Being in love is a blessing, but you first have to be in love with you, in love with what you got going on in your life, and I think everything else will just fall into place.
Full 100. Full 100, I agree. You know what I mean? But listen, we're going to have to come to the close, you know what I mean, and continue this maybe on a part 2. We saying you down with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've done a good. We've done a good run today. We've done well. We've been on for like an hour and 52 minutes, man. We've done good.
That's what I'm saying. So there's enough snippets we can take from this still. If I edit it out, I can make it just a whole episode. You get me?
Yeah, exactly.
So listen, people. You got the inside scoop chilling with me, your boy Verbz, and CreativeChan. You know what I mean? So what we're going to say is we're going to bid you a good night. So it's goodbye from me, Verbz.
Good night from me, Shan.
And we'll see you next week on season 2 of the Triggered Thoughts podcast.
My God!
You get me?